original IT guy.
I was getting ready to do that.
Not original. There were many IT guys before Freddy. Anyway, whoop whoop. What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome back to LHRPG. I would like to personally extend a happy
Refresh it.
Father's Day to all the real motherfucking dads in this bitch, not them deadbeats.
What do you call a juggalo dad? Is it a dadalo? Is that what it should? Is that what we should go with?
It's still saying waiting for
With Jugga dads.
Juggadad. Happy Father's Day to the Juggadads. You know what your brother-in-law said to me today?
Fucking A.
He
What?
asked what you got for Father's Day. I was like, I don't know. He's going to show me here in a little while. And then he looks at me and he goes, well,
Mhm.
what did I get for Father's Day? I said, you got a t-shirt and a baby, dude. Hush.
You got a happy Father's Day from Lil Nitro.
Yeah. You going to get a shout out on the live stream for being a Juggadad.
Yes, the fuck you are, Wilbur. I see you. You're right there. Anyway, this is our live stream. So today we're gonna just talk about fathers in some of the games we've had. Uh, However, before we get onto that, I kind of want to brag
I'm
and
going to
show up
share it in
my
the
haul from
gaming
Father's
nerds
Day that
group.
I got.
This is our gaming channel and it's a Father's Day video. We're going to share it in this gaming dads group that Greeny's in on Facebook to try and get some press out there to the gaming community and the fatherhood community.
Fucking A. One of my gifts I can't show you guys because it's in my game room. I got a brand new gaming chair that is LHR colors.
Awesome.
It's got lumbar support. It's got cushion. It's got elbow. It's got fucking armrests on it. It's dope.
You want to grab your
So I got a
t-shirt,
new
honey?
gym
We
chair.
can't show your other gift. We can't show his
So
other gift because she has not come out of the
hmm,
womb yet, but we can show his shirt.
okay, let's just be real here. Okay, the kid is not a gift. The kid is the reason he gets gifts. You are fucking him over by claiming that the kid is a gift. No, children are not gifts. Children are curses from the evil one on high.
Don't make me laugh. My mouth hurts. My wisdom teeth are cutting again.
They only care about them. They never shut the fuck up. But I love my kids, even though they're assholes, just like their dad.
We all love our kiddos. You want it off?
So,
Betty, your hair is in my line of sight.
you know how I think it was like a year ago, so I was bitching that I hardly ever. There's JPC. Whoop whoop. Welcome to the special Father's Day stream. So, you remember how like last year or so I was bitching that every time I get gifts, I hardly ever get anything for gaming?
Yeah.
Vixen overcorrected this year and knocked it out of the fucking park.
Oh, did she?
Oh yeah, I'm about to break this shit down and show you guys what I got. Happy Father's Day, JPC. So,
Happy Father's Day,
this is the first
JPC.
one. So, you
Happy
remember how I've
Juggadad
been
Day.
saying I want to do you remember how I've been saying I want to do a D&D adventure that's basically a dungeon crawl in a mind flayer colony?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't see it very well because of the glare, but
The Elder Brain.
are you ready for this? I've not pulled this out of the box because I was waiting for the stream so we could enjoy this view together. Now, full disclosure, everything else I've got over here, I've already fucked with. But so we got these awesome little scatter terrain pieces. Look at this shit, stalagmites and shit.
Nice.
Then it comes with these nifty little pillar pieces. Let me, oh, pop that
Well,
out.
you're getting that out. Stand up. Take a
Look
look.
at
There's Greenie's Father's Day.
that. Ah, that's dope.
He's got Nexus's tag, just it says Dad instead of Nexus.
So, like, see, there's all the scatter terrain, right?
Nice.
Now, for the piece de resistance.
Oh,
Can be painted.
the Elder Brain.
I can't wait to bust this bitch out.
Oh, guess what I made for
Now,
the kiddos?
what?
I made homemade photo trackers to track them until they're 18. I made one for each of my
Yeah.
kiddos.
Hell yeah.
It's like a
What's
scrapbook,
that?
but it's
That's not
just a
part
little
of it.
poster board.
Okay. Now,
Wilbur said, "Is eating an elder brain cannibalism?"
who is SS and why are they sexually harassing my baby sister? Moderator, would you take care of that chauvinist asshole,
I
please?
got this. Someone named SS. You gotta set your chats to where they're showing all. There you go. No, you gotta set your chats to where they show all instead of top.
Yes, eating an elder brain can count as cannibalism if you're playing a mind flare.
It's
Hey,
not
SS, whoever
my
the fuck you
moderator
are.
skills. Hold on.
Um, few things you need to know, Mister Whatever the fuck shit shingle, whatever the fuck your name is. First of all, that's my baby sister. Don't fuck with her. Second of all, she's married. Third of all, they're about to have a baby together. So back the fuck off.
Set Greenie as a moderator because it's not letting me do my moderator stuff.
I ain't saying shit because if I do, I'm gonna snap and today's my day and I'm not doing that.
I just added him as
All right, I'm gonna
managing
say this
moderator.
real quick, fast and in a hurry. I may be self-deprecating all the time. Yes, it feels nice when my husband compliments me, but if you're not my husband, don't fucking make comments like that, or I will hunt you the fuck down.
We respect our juggalettes in this community. So,
Did you set Greenie as a moderator?
yes, I did. Now he needs to go ahead and ban that motherfucker.
It's not working.
All right. Let me see if I can hit this shit up then. Hours. See you next week, SS.
Boom.
Okay. So you're gonna recognize this next actually talked about this.
Okay.
Something I've been looking into. And I just want to point out Matt Brabs the Vixen because I've only mentioned to her twice that I've been looking into this game. Okay.
Oh shit.
What is it?
It's Walking
Not
Dead
done.
TTS.
Hang on.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Dude, I
Hey,
wanna play that.
That's the shit
here's the
right
starter set.
there.
Here's your core rule book. Are you ready? Are you ready?
You're
Are you
making me
ready?
jealous.
Is that the screen? That's dope as fuck.
I
It's
like that.
thick as shit.
Dude, I am the biggest fucking Walking Dead fan ever. Like, I love fucking Walking Dead.
Yeah. Guess what? Hey, Greenie. Look what came in the starter set.
What? What is that?
You have to deal with the wolves from the show.
Ooh.
Now, who wants to
NBA
go through
Clip
this nice
says
little
hello.
hello
Wilbur
NBA
said that
clip?
that guy wasn't real, and NPC said fuck yeah, or JPC I mean.
JPC. He's
What the?
not an NPC. JPC is a PC.
He's the
So
motherfucking
let's go through
realest
this a little
PC.
bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and show what's in here off a little bit. That way, if people, you know, see it and are interested, they'll know what they're getting for their money. I'm gonna move these out of the way because these I printed off. They didn't come in here, but I printed off for it. And I'm telling you, it's super simple. Like I rolled up a pre-gen, I rolled up a character in like 10 minutes.
Oh shit. JPC I said he
Like
should be
it's
an
super
NPC.
fucking simple.
How do you?
But basically it runs off the same rule set as the Alien RPG. You know, like you get your stats, you add it to the number for your skill that you're rolling for, and that's how many dice you roll. Sixes or successes, right? Comes with this nifty set of base dice that has successes, a set of logo on the one side, so you know when you fucked up. We have this nifty threat meter that lets us know how much we got to worry about zombies at any given time.
Can you play that
Fucking
sound?
dog. We have a snippet rule book that I'm going to be having out at the table for player use while we're
Like
playing,
the little quick
at
start
least
thing?
until, yeah, you know, like the little rule books that come in the starter sets.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It came with that book and then that adventure book. Oh, and the core rule book has a pre-written adventure in the back too. So we already have two one shots for this system. Okay,
JPC said Vixen's gonna have to match it next year.
man.
See, I'm over here slacking. Nitro
Okay,
got all this cool gaming shit, and all you got was a T-shirt.
Hey,
five
Just
pre-generated
saying.
characters.
Got
you're still getting another in a
it.
life.
You're choking
Pre-gens.
me. You're choking me.
Oh, and some Greeny, you're gonna love this. These are NPCs, okay? That it provided.
Ow. You cannot. You cannot. You
Gabriel
cannot.
Stokes.
Ooh.
Who's that?
The preacher
Hang
guy.
on, hang on. Are you ready for this? Carol,
Carol.
Glenn,
Bef- Glenn Free Bat.
and Michonne.
I want to
All
steal her guitar.
all with fully filled out NPC sheets, stats and everything. And then we have these awesome fold out maps for the adventure that's included. There's that one. Here's this one.
You know what the first character I'm
Here's
gonna
this
make for that
one.
game is?
Hang on.
Brother.
Northeast Georgia, Southwest Virginia.
You know what the first character I'm gonna make for that game is?
Hopefully not a character from the show because those are NPCs.
It's gonna be Carl Papa.
What about
No,
the old guy?
we're not. We are
Which
not. We
one?
are not playing as characters from the show. You may encounter characters from the show, but characters from the show will always be NPCs when I run.
Well, then my fat ass better encounter Negan because he got some of the best one-liners in that whole show.
So you're saying everyone from The Walking Dead is NPCs?
Yes, unless we're doing an adventure, because I can set it at any fucking time during the outbreak that I want. We could
Well,
do an
excuse
adventure
the
during the
hell
first
out
few
of me,
days.
pardon my
We could do an
goddamn
adventure that's
French.
like a few years in. It don't matter. But the the only way you'll encounter NPCs from the show is if we're doing a scenario that takes place during a time where those NPCs haven't died yet. But this will be the book that the players use until I don't know if they have a player's guide or not. I haven't seen one. So this will be what we use unless we have some sort of player's guide. I got these character sheets. Oh, we have challenge sheets that can be filled out for like campaign tracking.
Heyo.
And we have haven sheets, which is like a character sheet for the place where you're held up at. It's got like how many people it can hold, what its resources are, what any issues it might have.
Kind of like that stat sheet you had for Greeny's pirate ship.
Yeah.
The pirate ship
So
he blew up on
this
purpose.
this is my epic Father's Day haul, and I plan on running this as soon as possible.
You still have a scar on your
Oh, here,
face.
I've already made an NPC for you guys to encounter, and I have a haven sheet for where he's held up at.
Is it Rick?
No, it's no one from the show. It's an original character.
Is his name JPC?
No.
Bro, that should be like our next contest thingy is whoever can, get in the motherfucking comments the most and shit like that gets to be an NPC in one of our games.
Shit, we can do that now. Let's start a contest. Anyone that would like to be an NPC in one of our games, we've already done it to Humble, Emily, and ICP. Anyone that wants to be in one of our games, throw your shit in the comments in the chat here and let us know. JPC gets killed first. I'll tell you
Okay,
what.
we gotta
I'll tell
order.
you what. So long, JPC. So long as you don't mind your NPC being a kid, I can name my NPC after you that I made. He's a 12-year-old kid. That's the only thing. But he's a
Here's what we gotta
badass.
do though. We've got to announce this properly the way Brennan would. So if y'all want to be an NPC in one of our games, get in the fucking comments.
Get in the comments. Okay, so we are going on 20 minutes in.
He can be Joel.
And all right, bet. I'm not name dropping anyone, but there's a reason he picked that name. Um, so now that we've got that out of the way, we can move on to the topic of our stream today. And we're going to go and just basically, tell war stories and give a little bit of background info and basically just talk about, oh, I forgot to put the dice back in the box, different father figures, NPCs from some of our games. Speaking of which, sister, this video almost had a different title.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Because I was thinking every time we do an episode like this where we're telling war stories and talking about character traits and shit, we always end up going back to fucking Fantasy High, right?
I was just about to say I can name 7 father figures in Fantasy High alone.
So there were 4 PCs in the group that had major plot lines dealing with their father, both seasons. This video was almost called Our Four Fathers.
Ha! Or what? 4 fathers.
The reason I didn't go with it is because I was like, that's really going to limit it to where we can only talk about Fantasy High because that's the only thing that that would pertain to.
I
And
could think of
I kind of
7
wanted to
fucking
start it
fathers
off
slash father figures in Fantasy High alone.
right. But see, I kind of wanted to start it off by bringing up Suicidal Queen's epic father figure moment from Bloodkeep.
Bro!
You want to go into that a little bit?
Bro, the first I called this dude to get help. Tried to commune with this dude to get help. He's our fucking, like, our god, basically. And I get his voicemail, and the minute I said, I've got your daughter with me, he's like, hello, hello, hello.
You know, like when people don't want to answer the phone and then the message starts and it's someone that's and they're waiting on or it's important. They're like, fuck, run to the phone.
Right?
But
Bro, that's like me
what
when I get
did
a phone number
everybody
that I don't recognize, and I'm like, hello, who is this? And then they say it's somebody important from, like, a doctor's office or some shit. And I'm like, oh, I am so sorry.
so what did everyone see during that little call? Do you remember?
At first, it was a fucking hologram voice message of the guy,
Hmm. I mean, after
and,
he
and
picked up.
right, and then I start talking, and he'd rush to the fucking phone. So you see him, and you see her fucking dead boyfriend that we're trying to resurrect off to the side, and so he's we what was we told him we were trying to bring him back, and so he's talking to his daughter, and he sees the baby and everything, and then he's like, "There's no ring on that finger." Ugh!
It was she had just given birth, right? And then so she's showing off the baby and he goes, oh, you know, he's so excited. He goes, wait, let me see your hands. And she does like this, and he's like, you motherfucker.
No,
And just
what
starts
was
stomping
better
the
than
shit out of
that
him.
was the next time we called him after she found out what her boyfriend had been up to before he died, or rather before he lost his physical form. And we
Right.
called him back, and he's beating the living shit out of this dude.
See,
That's
evil
the point.
gods still care about their kids.
Right. That's the point when she was like, you know what? We're just gonna crown my son. I'll
All
raise him
right.
to treat people better than his daddy did.
Why don't you go ahead and segue us into another father from one of our games?
Okay. Good segue. Another devilishly um loving father is Gorthalax from Fantasy High.
He is quite unsatiable.
I think I spent most of the first season just trying to figure out who the fuck he was.
I'll say you spent about half of it because you met him during the third combat, so that was
Yeah, when
about
we broke him
halfway
out,
through. Yeah, because there was only what 8 combats total
something like
in
that.
season 1. So yeah, you weren't even halfway through yet. You're only 3 combats in. I didn't make you wait that long. You just had to wait like 2 sessions, and we only had 5 sessions, so it just seemed like a long time because that was the one thing you were focused on.
Right.
But you had Gleer in the meantime.
And I loved him. He was an amazing dad. But, you know, for an angsty teen, just finding out that that's not their dad, she wouldn't know who the fuck her bio was.
And it's a good thing he turned out to be a decent guy.
Bro,
Can you
and that
imagine
caught
if
me
he
off
would have
guard
turned out
because
like
when
fucking
you find out
Asmodeus
your
or
father is
something?
a literal devil, you're expecting the worst. And then you meet this guy and he's like, "So how have you been, kid?" And you're like, "Oh my god, he
Like,
cares."
hey, sweetheart.
Doyen is
Actually,
in
I
this
think he
bitch.
damn near whoop, whoop, he damn near broke the fuck down at the ice cream shop apologizing to you for not being there.
Oh, that was great. He was also the
That
one
was a
who got me
pretty
to cut my mom
emotional
a little bit
scene.
of slack.
Hmm. Oh yeah, because you were a cunt to her when
I
freshman
was a
year
fucking
started.
asshole. She's like, "Can you at least not smoke in front of me? Can we at least make that, you know, a compromise?" And I'm like, "Sup?"
Hey, it's better than what Fig did. Fucking
Talking about
Sandra Lynn's like, all right, you gotta put the cigarette out while I'm in the room, okay? While I'm in the room, you can't smoke. And Fig puts it out in her coffee cup that she's holding.
talking about that group, like so much of that fucking game for them was fucking Gorga going, "Are you my freaking dad?" I want the "Are you
I
my
was
dad?"
hoping Abra would
fucking
do
baseball
that.
cap.
I was hoping Abra would do that, but she didn't. That's why when we started, I was like, how important is it to her that she finds her birth parents? And Vixen was like, it's, it's super important. And then the whole fucking game, she talked to her parents about it like once, and then it never came up again until I brought them in the finale.
Bro.
Now, in the other group, Slickback pretty much pulled a Gorgon.
Can we just
But
can we
at the
discuss
finale, when he finally met him at the end, he was just like, "Oh yeah, cool," all right, and walked away. I
Vixen
was like, "Are you
introducing this
fucking serious?"
character? And you're like, how important is it that she find her birth parents? She's like, absolutely super important. And yet, the most memorable takeaway from that whole fucking first season that the part that Abra was in was, "I steal a baby unicorn."
Oh my god! And it had nothing to do with parents.
It didn't have shit to do with anything other than she wanted the fucking unicorn. Oh.
She still has that unicorn, by the way.
You know
Her
who
name is
else was
Astrid.
an epic fucking I'll say celestial dad?
Pac Doran.
Pac.
Can we can we just take a minute to appreciate the filthy fucking command phrase Doyen came up with to summon him?
We were just talking about that like yesterday because Granny was in here trying to get either Harley or Maze's attention. And he was like, "Come play with dad." And that's all I heard. And I just started laughing. And he's like, "What?" I said, "You said that." And the first thing that popped in my head was Doyen at the table with a halo going, "Come, dad."
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's fucking phenomenal.
So, since you brought him up, let's go a little bit deeper into Pop. Let's talk about him for a little bit.
Pac's a fucking angel spot. Like he risked his whole mission just to make sure he could get his kid the fuck out of that place.
Yeah. because Doyen fucking Tim is a hothead that doesn't think before he does shit. So all he knows is he's in hell. He sees his dad being tortured. Fuck y'all, I'm gonna act.
Right. I do love
Didn't
though
even
because of
think about it.
Tim's hothead personality. He's always the one to immediately take the what's the word I'm looking for?
The drugs?
Reckless action.
Oh,
So
the drugs. He takes
yeah.
those too.
So so
Tim
if
is a
he sees one
big
of us
fucking
taking
drug
a
addict.
reckless action immediately, he asks no questions. He's like, okay, if they're the one doing this instead of me, there's a fucking reason I'm backing them up.
Right. Oh.
Like
And
I
then,
ask him no
Tank, a
questions.
wizard
Like when
that
I
doesn't
fucking
cast spells.
like when I fucking tried to fucking cast a spell on Tank, Doyen sees it. He's like, I'm asking no questions. I tackle him.
And then he bitch slapped him.
He did it. You know, like tackling him to
Ugh.
the ground and pinning him down was not enough. I must bitch slap this elf.
Right. Oh,
You gotta imagine what
D&D.
kind, because when you get slapped, you get that red handprint. You gotta imagine what kind of fucking stamp this dude had on his face for a big ass fucking Luxodon to bitch slap this tiny little elf.
Oh, dude, you know his shit was swollen. Ugh.
Oh shit.
So, well, kids, that's what happens when an elephant man bitch slaps an elf.
Right? Let's see. We had Gleer, we had uh Ortholax, we had Pock, we had
I'm
motherfucking, and
very,
here's one that doesn't come to your mind as a good father figure throughout most of it until a certain point, and that is Mac.
I just want to take a minute to shed some light on one that everyone seems to have not thought of yet, and that gives stepdads everywhere reason to panic. Jawbone O'Shaughnessy.
Jawbone is the shit.
Like, yeah, he's a biological father too, because he's got Tracker. But like, he was a pretty good stepdad.
Oh yeah. Jawbone is the one that he don't give a fuck if you're his kid or a kid on the street. He's gonna be there for you.
Yeah, it's my fucking job. Let's fucking fix kids.
Right? Bro, Bex just fucking gets banished back home. Jawbone's like, where did you come from? What's going on? Where's your mom?
And he was vacuuming the wall. That takes core strength.
Right?
I'm so sad. Do you see what I have in my hand?
I will in just a second. Blake just messaged me and it threw me off.
Blake, you know the deal. Get in the comments if you want to talk. This is the last of my chicken
Oh, that's disappointing.
because Snoop didn't have the good shit this week, so I got the dried out shit, and it takes a lot more of that to roll it up, and it takes a lot more
Right.
to give me that same level of carefree. You know what I mean? The
Right,
same
right.
Zen level.
Hang on.
So this is the last of what I have. But Vixen's taking me out to dinner tonight, so that's gonna be dope.
Oh, where y'all going?
Shogun.
I need you to take this and set it up by
If
my
any of
bedside.
y'all have never, if anyone here has never been to a hibachi, I highly recommend it. It's fucking amazing. I don't get to
Bro,
do
I
it
went
very
to
often because
Hibachi for
I'm a
the
broke
first
ass
time
bitch,
with a
but
friend of mine. A few months back, a friend of mine took me to Hibachi for the first time, and it was so fucking awesome. And she was laughing at me because that flame went up, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
It's just it's expensive. Like a meal for one person is like $60, but the experience is worth it.
Right? Like, she was like, "How about we go to I think it was Fujiyama's." And I was like, "Ain't that place like hella fucking expensive?" She's like, "It's worth it. Trust me. I got you. I'm paying."
They make onion volcanoes. Come on. Are you still there? I'm staring at a ceiling titty.
Yeah, I'm trying to get situated so I can put my feet up.
Ah. Well,
I'm
here,
hurting
let's
real
talk
bad.
about Mac's character arc. You brought up Mac, and you mentioned he was only really a good father there toward the end of sophomore year. So let's go into detail about that.
Um, so essentially, from all right, how to put okay. In the very beginning of freshman year, he seemed like he was going to be an okay dad. Um, until you found out he was a fucking cult member, and he chose his cult over his family.
Let's
Like
be
honestly, the real
all fairness, any Christian, he doesn't know it's a cult.
right. I will say like the real red flag first showed with his racism. Serena and the rest of us go back to her place, and he's like hanging out with these disgusting abominations, and she's like, "The fuck."
And who did he point at when he said that?
Me,
Why?
because I was a tiefling. Uh, Leave it to fucking Doyen though to be like, "Hey, do you?" He pulled a John Mulaney. He's like, "Hey, you want me to kill this guy for you?"
Hey, hey, can we just point out that your existence gives a whole new meaning to the phrase spawn of the devil?
Right. Oh, and then, and then, he decided to choose his cult over his family, and she was like, "You know what? Fuck yourself." So like this whole time, he is hated. He is fucking hated by everyone, including Zarina. And then in sophomore year, after Bex got kidnapped a second fucking time,
She has the worst luck.
she does. She got oh, she got fucking bombarded like 3 times sophomore year alone.
And when
So,
you got kidnapped freshman year, it was right before the finale.
bro, you had that freshman year, and then sophomore year, it's she gets brainwashed and kidnapped. Then she just gets arrested and kidnapped. Then she gets fucking okay. Whether you like it or not, you're going to hell for court because your dad's not here to do it. Like what the fuck?
All right,
But
back to
the,
Matt.
but she gets arrested and kidnapped, and she's locked up in this cell, and there's this other person in the cell, and she realizes it's fucking Mac. It's Zarina's dad. And as much as she hates this dude, she's like, all right, it's my best friend's dad. I need to be the bigger person and help him out. And so while she's trying to figure out how to get them out, she goes into his brain and finds out that he deeply regrets choosing his cult over his family. And he wants to do right by his kids, by Zarina. She's like, all right, I'm going to do this for her. And helps him get him the fuck out of there when she breaks out. He gets to see his daughter for like less than 5 minutes and gets zipped away. And we're all thinking he's betrayed us again. Come to find out, he was told, like, either you do what we want or we kill your kid. So, he stepped up in his dad role a little bit to try and protect Zarina. And then in the forest, he's still
This is the best.
he's still doing what they say so that she don't get hurt. And then the dude that's controlling him's like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm a killer anyways. And he goes, no, the fuck you're not. And he stepped up into his big boy
Yeah,
pants.
and that's when my sister fucked up my critical hit. She loves
Dude,
taking away my crits.
I walked in because I can't remember if I went to go to the bathroom or get a cup of coffee or what. But I walk in
I
and
don't
fucking
remember.
Pink is bawling her eyes out. And Nitro is describing in detail this fucking horrified corpse.
Before we go any further, let's point out how it says zero. I warned her up front. Matter of fact, for like 3 weeks leading up to session zero, I was like, "Hey, Tank, you're gonna cry."
He told her because at the end of or freshman year, he was like, "What, what's something y'all would like to, something you like, something you didn't like, something you'd like to see in the next campaign." And one of Tink's things was, I wish my family and me and my family had had a bigger role in the story. And he goes, "You're gonna regret saying that." Okay. So the whole fucking campaign since before session zero, he'd look at her with that evil fucking grin and go, "You're gonna cry." So I walk
And
in,
what was she
she is
doing when you came?
literally bawling her fucking eyes out. And he is describing this fucked up corpse. And I'm like, what the fuck did I just miss? And he's like, oh, Angwin just killed Mac Thistlespring. And I was like, how? And he told me what he cast on him. I was like, what did he roll for that? Didn't he roll like a nat 20?
Uh huh.
He's like, he rolled a
I
nat
was
20. I said,
pissed.
no, the fuck he didn't. He rolled a 2
It was a 4.
or a 4. I was like, nah, he rolled a 4.
Yeah.
And he just looks at me. He goes, fuck you. And she fucking
And
takes over
your
here.
poor parents.
What happened? I was like, oh, nothing much. I just saved your dad's life. You're good. She's like, oh
Fucking
my god.
asshole.
No, we got the best fucking scene from fucking best power move from Zarita right then, though.
Oh yeah, we did. What was it
Because
Moonbeam she cast?
because after he missed trying to kill her dad, she got pissed, and she was like, okay, and she cast Moonbeam at what, ninth level,
Yeah.
and fucking incinerated this dude.
Eviscerated that motherfucker.
Like there was nothing left. She was like, fuck with my dad. Him being willing to not only take on the bad guy but also die for her, I think was when she was like, okay, I can forgive him.
Right.
But that scene brings up another father from Fantasy High that was the opposite of a good father figure.
Don't say who I think you're gonna say.
Who, Angwin Avernant?
Oh, okay. If you no, I thought you were gonna say someone else because of how fucking nuts he was, and I would have gotten pissed.
Who did you think I was gonna say?
We'll save him for last. He is my favorite NPC that has been a
Oh, I think I
father
know who you're
throughout the whole
talking
campaign.
about.
So you do too.
So, no, this one is a very father figure. Angwin was Tank's dad in Fantasy High sophomore year. And
No,
he
he
was
was
just a
Adam's dad.
complete piece
Adam
of
was
shit.
Tank's character. He wasn't Tank's dad. He was Adam's dad. Separate the
Whatever, dude.
player from the character, sister. The characters are their own people. They're not puppets that we move with our pencils.
I mean, technically they are, especially when you use the pencil to move the
Uh,
mini across the board.
no, technically, if you want to be like that, then they're puppets we move with our dice.
Anywho, so Tank played Adam Abernant, and Engwin was his father. He also had a sister named Adeline.
Add-on.
Adine. And both of his parents loved Adine and treated Adam like fucking shit until he became useful.
Reminds me of one of our illustrious LHR members,
So,
maybe a certain co-founder. I don't know.
right. So essentially she was the golden child, she was the chosen one, all this shit, and he was the failure and the disappointment. And the only time they showed him even a modicum of respect or anything was, hey, come join our side, we need you.
Two things. One, even worse when he told him he wanted to go to an adventuring academy instead of a magic school. And two, they're not the ones that convinced him to join their side. Kalina was.
That's true. I still
And
love
let's
to this
just say
day.
she was very persuasive.
I still love that to this day. I still love that. You know, he played the character and did not get too, did not get butthurt about it. Like, he was like, okay, based on what's going on with my character, this is what I want to do. Was warned, okay, if you do this, you're gonna die. They're gonna kill you. There's no question. And his immediate response was, I'm okay with that. Like, damn, like I was proud of him in that moment.
Oh yeah, very, very. That's a very mature fucking
Granted,
thing.
none of us
Yeah,
were
I can
proud
think of
in
a
the
better
moment when
word.
we found out because we all just wanted to kill him.
Yeah, I don't think it was until after we had wrapped everything up when I realized what happened behind the scenes. And that's when
Yeah,
you were like, oh shit, I didn't even think about that.
right. And then we were like, "Hey, nice play, dude!" And the whole time he was getting slaughtered, he was sitting there with a shit-eating fucking grin.
Because keep in mind, he was working for Kalina behind y'all's back for 2 sessions, and y'all had no idea until the end.
He did very good,
You, you ever realize how Kalina always seemed to know where you guys were setting up camp, always knew where you were headed next?
and we always just assumed it was her because she was like the best scryer or some.
It was original, but you got to think she had full fucking spell points in that forest, and that would not be the case if she was scrying that much.
Right.
It's a
Uh,
nice level spell, so that costs like what, 13 points?
she's lucky that she needed to be transmuted back, man, because if she wasn't part of bringing back that goddess, I would have killed her for what she did to my girlfriend. That fucking
I don't
bitch.
know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, the fuck you do. Huh?
Oh,
All right, you want to do that to all three
oh,
of them?
you like this? I forgot. You like the shirt that I got? She got me this too.
That is a dope ass shirt.
Hang on,
Nice.
are you ready for this?
I'm Mr. Me Six. Look at me.
Look at me. Yes,
I was so
sirree.
mad. All I got to use the Meeseeks box for was fucking patty cake. She run to me.
Okay. Okay.
Harley,
So,
go in there with daddy.
my favorite father figure in all of Fantasy High is the one that all my players recognize from a laugh.
Yes.
I'm gonna break it down. They were in hell. They're at this and they're
I
winning
just
the
became an
case.
archdevil.
And then Braz started talking mad shit, and then a ship, a flying ship pulls up, and from above, all they hear is, and everybody at the fucking table, aside from Tank and Greeny, who weren't familiar with this character, all of them looked at each other in unison and went, Bill!
But me, Doyen, Tink, and Stripe, because that was like the one game that Stripe got to actually be at the table for. We all like dead ass looked at each other. We're like, "Oh shit, Bill, Bill!" And Tank and Greedy are over here going, "What
So,
the fuck?"
let's talk about Bill Seacaster.
Bill motherfucking Seacaster. I embarrassed
Oh,
myself the first time I met that man. We had dinner at their house, and we are trying to convince him to like sponsor our group or some shit like that. And so
yeah.
I'm trying to persuade him, and I'm like, think about it. Our group's perfect. We've got all of the best features. We've got the brawn, we got the brain, and I pointed to his son and I was like, we got the money.
He's like, my boy is your money, huh?
I think he was most impressed with Doyen out of all of us as Zandre's friends. He was most impressed with Doyen because he's like, would any of you children like some snuff powder? And we're all like, I don't think so. And Doyen's like, I'll take some, man.
And vacuumed it up with his trunk.
Right?
That's what I was saying. Tim has always been the one, the drugs, him and Rod.
He is definitely not in the DARE program.
He is not fucking straight edge at all.
He likes the crab king, crab king, crab king.
I was just thinking about that. I was like, I'm sitting there, I was like, hang on, I'm about to ask her if she remembers when he bit a chunk out of Rod's face. So, Bill C. Caster, we're getting off topic. So, his
Seacaster
introduction
is
to these
a
guys, his introduction to these guys was a scene at his house with Zandre on the first day of school, right? Freshman year. And he basically, Andre, that when you get there, you need to beat the fuck out of the biggest guy you see, and you need to go join the Blood Rush team because I've already bribed the coach to put you on the team. That's not how he said it. He did it more Bill esque, but I can't remember the whole fucking monologue right now. So that was the gist of it. Okay. Now keep in mind, Strife, his character doesn't really, he's not into sports. So he doesn't want to join the Blood Rush team. So the only reason he even went to fucking tryouts is because his dad paid the coach.
we just discussed fucking Bill was such a good dad. Like, yeah, he was a crooked ass pirate that liked to cause mayhem and shit. But when it come to his kid, he was a great fucking dad. To the point that when Zandre finally fucking snapped and was like, I'm not you, I don't want to be you, da 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 da, Bill's fucking words to him was, you're not me, you're better than me.
That actually that took him a while because at first he was like he felt fucking betrayed, and him and Zandre got into a fist fight, if you remember. Zandre
Bro,
knocked his ass out, but it was on the way to the school for prom for for the finale. He got a video message from his dad. It come through and on his phone, on the crystal, I should say. And that's when he was like, "You're right. You're nothing like me, and I think that's your best quality." Because his big thing was, he said, "What was it? Uh, I've seen the way your friends look at you. You don't command their fear. You command their respect, and that's something I couldn't accomplish at your age."
wasn't didn't he get the had died?
No, no, he got it before you went back to the houses. You were on the way to the school when that come through. And then at the school, when you were getting the last of the clues, is when Calvaxis came over the intercom and told you guys that, he was basically taunting you. And then you all got video messages on your phones of your houses being set on fire. So when he got back, he did his little scene there, had that quick reconciliation with his dad. His dad gave him his eye patch and his sword, and then he had to jump out of the building before Bill finally died because his cloak was made by an artificer, and once his heart stops, the cloak explodes. So he jumped out the window as the house fucking blew up. It was a big epic cinematic scene.
Bro, what was real epic was in sophomore year after we had that battle on Bill's ship and we made it out of hell and we
Do
saw
you
that
remember
cut.
the name of Bill's ship?
I do. It's the Goonie
Do you remember why?
because he made the ship out of Calvaxis after we killed that fucker. And with his ship being sentient, he asked it. He was like, "What is the worst thing you can?" Or, I can't remember the way he worded the question.
Uh, it was what is a name that would bother you the most to be called?
And he said the Goonie because our group is the Goonies. Yeah, when we got on his ship, he's like, "Welcome to me ship, the Goonie." Calvax sees us and he's like, "Oh, not these kids again."
If you watch Brennan's playthrough of sophomore year, he called him the Goldenrod because that's what Fig called him all through freshman year.
Instead of Golden
Was
Horde,
vice prin- Yeah,
not
and
me
it
at the
got
end of
under his skin
freshman year
so
going, "I
bad.
fucking told y'all I didn't trust this dude." You realize
Uh,
Beck's gonna make a comment like that at least once during junior year and be like, "All I'm saying is the last two times I said I didn't trust somebody, y'all didn't want to listen, and I was fucking right."
the finale for junior year is out. It's in my watch later playlist. I haven't watched it yet because, as with freshman and sophomore year, it's also a two-parter.
Honey,
So I have to have like 4 hours free to sit down and watch it, you know?
right. I have a lump. I have a lump.
But I have an adventure for cult printed out along with the pre-gens and handouts. Uh, I'm getting a new laminator in the mail this week, so I'll be able to laminate the important shit so it don't get fucked up. Because my laminator burnt the fuck out. Um, so we got that for whenever we're ready to
Well,
try that game out. And then now I have this awesome shit so we can try out The Walking Dead. Oh
as
no, she's about to be out of commission.
Lord, she's giving me hell, and he won't stop pressing.
Hey, he can't be wrong today. Get that through your head. Today's not about you. Today's about him.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is, if you do that and my water breaks all over your brand new shirt, you don't get to complain.
I'll wear it. I don't give a fuck.
Which game are you asking about, JPC?
You know who I thought you were gonna mention when you mentioned one of your favorites and father in Fantasy High.
A Fort?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I stressed that it was a father figure that had been a good father throughout the whole campaign
Ah,
so far.
okay.
Because as fucking crazy as Bill is, he's been there for his boy since day one, whereas Eggfort really hasn't been in Ida's life for like the past 200 years.
Bro, Bill even extended that to where he's there for his kids' friends all the fucking time too. Like, Beck's got hella enemies in hell right now, but she could call fucking Bill up as an ally at any point.
Mhm. JPC asked what game was that. I'm wanting to know exactly what he's talking about so I know how to answer him.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the response.
He might be painting or doing some housework or something while he's listening. So it's taking him a minute.
Oh, I am hungry, but it's too hot for me to eat anything.
I am purposely fasting until me and Vixen get to cake because she's getting me Shogun for dinner.
Well, I'm
The
not going
last
to
game we
Shogun
talked.
for dinner,
Is it
so.
a game we were just talking about or a game that I was talking about running soon? Because that's two different things. There's two games I mentioned that I plan on trying out, and then there's the game we were just recapping.
You talking about Colt?
There's this yes. So there's this horror game that I just learned of. I keep telling everyone in the group it's this new horror game I found, but it's not new. It's in its fourth fucking edition. It's been out since the 90s, so it's not exactly new, but it's new to me because I just discovered it. Divinity Lost, and it is a horror game that is basically the best way I can describe it. It's like the Matrix if you replaced all the robots and simulations and shit
What are
with
you
angels,
eating?
demons, and nightmares. Yes, Cult
Come
with a K. You
here.
know of it.
What are you eating?
Cereal.
I want to
Yeah.
bite.
So I have just been introduced to this fucking game by Seth Gorkowski. Subscribe to that motherfucker. Hashtag not sponsored. Um, so I've started looking into it, and I've got a bunch of downloads and shit, but I don't have any physical material for it yet.
You see this?
That's the book you ordered? No fucking way.
Drew, you see this? I make me some
What?
cereal.
Taboo.
Oh shit.
Taboo, motherfucker.
Anyways, you see
I
this?
stopped using that type of milk because we have to have milk when they get home. That's why I had to
For
buy that.
what?
Well, if that's what you got for Doyen, then he's shit out of luck. I'm stealing it. I'm just saying. Because I talked to him about this game because I had warned him full up. I was like, I'm looking at the. He's like, what you doing? He was over here the other day. I was like, looking into this new game, and he was asking about it.
That's the last of the
No,
cereal.
I don't have anything for it yet. But I had told him, I was like, well, I'm gonna warn you now, you might not like it because it's got some pretty dark ass shit in it. And he was like, all right. And so he wasn't understanding exactly what I was talking about. So I brought up Seth Gorkowski's introduction
You're
to
gonna eat
his
it all.
review
No,
series for it, where he reads off examples from the core rule book
no.
about how dark some of these
Eat it
scenarios
all.
get. And after the first fucking one, Doyen was like, "Yeah, no, I'm out."
I'm stealing it before my
So
child gets here, damn it.
yeah, I'm totally gonna steal that if that's what you got. It fuck yeah, that's gonna be mine. I'll get him another uh
It's gonna be. It's gonna be
type
on
of
dad's ass.
gaming
One of these
book, maybe like
days.
Pathfinder or something. But fuck yeah, dude. Like sister, I remember one of the examples that Seth read off now because I played it for Doyen yesterday. That's why we did the live today because I had him and his little sister over and it was just hectic, you know. But
I wouldn't have been able to do it yesterday, anyways. I was out of commission most of the day.
see, so it
Live.
worked out. But anyway, one of the examples Seth read off was I don't remember it exactly word for word, but it's a narration and he's like, you know, you're holding your newborn baby, he's cooing and giggling, and your footsteps betray you as you start walking toward your oven.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck!
that's how dark this fucking game gets.
Big girl.
Yeah, mid late 90s. It was originated, the first edition came out in Sweden, and it had to be translated into English.
You need to
But
drink
from
some
what
water,
I
baby.
hear, Divinity Lost severely switches up the mechanics from older editions, is what I'm told. Because,
I'm
like
excited to play that
in
one. I'm just
Culpability
saying.
Lost, the only dice
That
you're ever
Colt
going to
Divinity
roll is
Lost.
2d10. That is it. Like you don't roll damage dice or nothing. It's just 2d10 for checks, and that's it. And I won't be rolling jack shit.
I am excited. I want to play that one.
Like I'm just from what I've read and what I've heard on reviews, it's going to be extremely different mechanics wise to anything we've ever done. So it's going to take some, we're going to have to get used to it. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, here in a little bit after Daddy
All
gets
right.
done eating,
I'll
we'll
look
probably
into
put the
it.
sheet back on in the bed so we can be cooler. Okay.
Yes. So JPC had messaged me a few days back and told me that he had got a gaming guide for Dorian because he was trying to learn how to GM and
Mm-hmm.
he was going to send it to us in the mail so we could do an unboxing on the show and shit. Apparently, the book he got him was Cult Divinity Lost. And Dorian's not interested in that game. So I told him if that's what it is, he should out of luck. I'm stealing that.
Right. I am very interested in that game. Just saying.
Yeah, we're also big ass horror geeks. That's why we love Call of Cthulhu so much. And you haven't played Alien yet, but I think you'd like it. And it's pretty
But
much the same mechanics as this Walking Dead game. Speaking of which, would you like to hear instead of like classes or occupations, they have archetypes, kind of like how Cult does? Would you like to hear the archetypes for The Walking Dead?
sure.
We have the criminal, the doctor, the farmer, the homemaker, the kid, the law enforcer, the nobody, the outcast, the politician, the preacher, the scientist, and the soldier. comes with its own, uh, abilities and quirks and shit. Like they come with a key attribute, which is one stat you're allowed to have higher than your others. A key skill, which is allowed to start higher than your others. Uh, Talent. I think you pick one talent, and it gives you like three options to pick from. uh Different issues, what your character's drive is, starting gear, and relationships with other characters. Because it's another one of those that's very RP focused, which is perfect for us.
Right.
And this is what's really going to blow your mind. The zombies don't have any stats.
The fuck?
Yeah. Like I have to read through the combat section to run them in combat, but there's no stats listed for them.
Well, shit.
Yeah. But this is the character sheet for that PC. I don't have a name or a physical description for him yet, but we have the archetype, his drive, his issues, his stats, his skills, his gear, his talent. So here, archetype is a kid. He's going to be a 12-year-old. And he has been holding out in an old broke down school bus, right?
You gypped that
He
straight
has
off of Stranger Things.
No, I actually kind of gypped it from Jurassic Park 3, if you can believe it.
Huh.
Only he was in an upside down boat instead of a school bus. Um,
Right.
he has a dog named Titus. Strength is a 2, agility is a 4, wits is a 4, empathy is a 3. And then he has for his skills close combat, mobility, range combat, stealth, scout, survival, and manipulation. His manipulation is a 2, his survival is a 2, his scout is a 2, his mobility is a 2, his range combat is a 1, his stealth is a 2, and his close combat is a 1. So basically, what it would like say he has to make a range combat check, right? Like he's trying to shoot somebody, right? You would take that
Right.
1 for range combat. It runs off agility, so you would add that 4 from agility to that 1, so that's a 5. So that means he would roll 5d6, and every 6 he rolls is a success. You typically, for most checks, only need one success, unless I state otherwise. Like if it's a higher difficulty, it might require 2 or 3 successes. But most
Right.
general skill checks, you only need one success. And if it's one of those and you end up rolling more successes than you need, you can save those extra successes in a pool to draw out later. So like say there's a real 3 successes saved up, it requires 2 successes, right? You're like, fuck it, I'm not rolling. I'm taking 2 successes out of our pool and we're just gonna use those.
Right.
So that's a cool little feature. uh, Talent, a child of this world that makes him hardened to the conditions of the Zompot, basically. So, like, he doesn't gain stress points for watching people get bitten because he's used to seeing that by now, type shit.
Right.
Uh, you only get 3 hit points the whole game, no matter how much you advance. You get 3. You start at unharmed. If you take 1, you go to bruised. If you take 2, you go to battered. If you take 3, you go to broken. Broken characters, you have to roll on critical injury table, and depending on what you get, you may or may not die.
So is this one of those that it's less investigation or combat driven and more survival driven?
It's Walking Dead. What do you think?
I think it should be very survival driven.
Yes. He has a set of binoculars that give him 2 extra dice to his scout checks. The dog gives him 2 extra dice to his close combat checks, and he has a compass that gives him 2 extra dice to his survival checks. Weapons, he has a homemade spear +2 bonus and 2 damage. And then he has 3 Molotov cocktails. Those do not have any bonus, but it's got a blast power of 6. So that means he would roll 6 dice, and for every success that he gets, is 1 point of damage to everyone in the blast radius.
Oh shit.
And that's if he doesn't have any stress. The more stress you get, the more dice you roll. Because you add those stress dice. The only difference is if you roll a 1 on a base die, nothing happens. It's just just normal no success. Whereas if you roll a 1 on the stress dice is when you start freaking the fuck out and shit goes bad. So
Right.
stress, you're adding more dice to your rolls, so you're increasing your chance of success, but at the same time, you're also risking that freak out, you know?
Right.
He has American football gear, like a football uniform, that gives him 4 points of armor. The school bus can hold 2 people comfortably, so him and his dog. And I'm not going to go too much into it because you guys are going to meet him and you'll find out a lot of it.
Oh, okay.
But this is an NPC I made for The Walking Dead, and we have 2 adventures we can do for it already pre-written. One in this book and one in this book.
Sounds dope.
Oh, there we have an elder grade. Yee. Ugh.
Can you believe we ain't even
We
hit an
just
hour
kind
and
of
a
went
half
off
yet?
on a we just kind of went off on a tangent there, trying to answer JPC's question. So yeah, to answer your question, cult divinity lost.
Right. Oh.
But yeah, I now have the starter set, the core rule book, and the official GM screen for The Walking Dead by Free League. Uh,
Awesome.
and apparently soon I'll have a rule book for Cult, I guess,
Oh,
because JPC is like the realist. Now I'm gonna have to send him something because I feel bad.
that's like perfect timing, though.
I'm gonna send him like a thanks for being our #1 fan gift.
We got to put him a little gift back package together.
Yeah, maybe throw one of our minis that we use in.
Mm.
It'll be something game related because that's our deal.
Right.
Shit, matter of fact, I might send him some. I got a Humble Among sticker still floating around here. I haven't put. I've got 2 that I haven't put on anything yet. Because Humble sent me 5 stickers when he sent that picture back that he signed.
Yeah.
One was the classic, green logo with the alien head. It says Humble Among. I still have that one unused. One is the silver holographic version right now. uh, one was the offended nugget, which I gave to Vixen because she loves fucking Emily, and that's Emily's creation, I'm pretty sure. And then the other one is it just says humble among in a really cool font. So I might, well, we get like pigeon or something, a miniature, fucking some dice, and a
Should
humble
do
among sticker.
a little mini homemade poster for LHR and have us sign it for him.
I don't know if we're cool enough to be given autographs just yet.
I think you'd
Now,
like
like
it.
if someone asked me for it, I would gladly do it, and it would make me feel good. But I don't think we're at that level yet. You know?
Apparently, you are. You got called out at Jekyll, Ohio.
Hmm. Yeah. Yes, and that made me feel amazing. However, being a realist, I also have to admit that more than likely it's because I'm a juggalo who makes online content. That guy was a juggalo. It's a lot higher chance he would have seen our channel. Had I not been at a juggalo event, had I been at any other concert, I guarantee you I wouldn't have got recognized.
No, what's gonna be real dope is if you go into like Castle Perilous or something for free RPG day or some shit like that, and they're like, "Holy shit, it's LHR!"
That would I would feel great. I'm going to Castle Perilous for free RPG day. This coming Saturday.
I will not be able to make it. Free RPG day
Yes. I'll be taking Junior with me.
this upcoming Saturday.
My
On top
Junior,
of
not your
being too
Junior.
far away and being broke, I'm expecting a child
Mhm.
any day. So
I'm gonna see if I can't find some kind of more material either for Cult or Alien or one of the games I don't have physical material really for, other than maybe a start like Cult doesn't have a starter set, but I have a starter set for Alien. I have a starter set for Starfinder. I'm not trying to get the core books for Starfinder right now for two reasons. One, I really don't play enough of it to worry about making that kind of investment because the core books are always kind of pricey. And two, it's like D&D where you have to buy three separate books to be able to have the core set.
there's one over
Whereas
here.
with The Walking Dead and Alien and Call of Cthulhu and Cult and all those games, Cyberpunk, you only
Let me
really need one fucking
put
book.
you here.
You know what I mean?
With my feet for a minute so that I can relax.
Like if
Right.
we enjoy a system, I always end up buying the other books, expanding the collection. But these are all these games are games that you only really need one fucking book to play, and that's the core rule book.
Right. See, if we had the
So if I
capability,
end up
money, and
like
time to
buying
come up
extra
there,
shit,
I'd be picking up some plushies for the kiddos. They got
yeah,
that
I
mimic
I
chest
wish y'all
plushie
could
I
make
really
it.
want to get.
I wish y'all could make it. It'd make for nice, conversation on the ride. And not that I don't have fun convo with my kids, I do. But what was I'm high. Um, but also it'd be we could do like a live stream on the way up.
Right.
Mm.
Sadly, that's just not in the cards for us this year.
Wait, what?
No. However, if you're able to, I do plan on doing a live stream Saturday when I get back and we can show off what I got from free RPG day.
So long as we ain't got nothing going on and I'm not in the hospital.
Fucker, if you're in the hospital, so long as you're not still in labor or feeding at the moment, you can still jump on. You're laying in bed.
I'm
Plus, you'll be
warning
able to
you
show my
now.
niece off to the world.
I'm warning you now. I will not be a good co-host when I'm doped up on pain meds.
Hey, I don't know that you'll be doped up on that day at that time.
Bro, to this day, I don't remember 90% of the conversations I had in the hospital after my son.
Maybe we'll be in that 10%. And you don't have to remember it. We'll have it on video.
It's okay. Greenie's aunt is convinced that she'll be here in 6 days exactly.
On the 22nd.
Look what JPC said.
You condone it? It's not Mother's Day.
Look above
Ow!
that. Yeah, it's not Mother's Day. You can do it.
I didn't get okay. My Mother's Day was shit, okay? I got one good thing out of Mother's Day.
I know she needs to come
Hey,
today. Talk to
hey,
the,
I
talk
gave you a pretty cool Mother's Day present.
You did, and I almost started fucking bawling. But here's the thing: you wouldn't have
Well,
had to
you
give me that Mother's Day present if the rest of my Mother's Day hadn't happened.
ready?
Honey, no, not right now. That hurts.
You get
I'm
some
on
bread.
live.
I was planning on giving you something. It just happened to work out that all your personal shit got thrown the fuck out. That's something I could copy and give you.
Please stop,
All right.
bro. Like that was a very fucking emotional Mother's Day, and I already have a hard time on that day, anyways.
Same. I was not having a great day at all. I was doing my best to take my mind off it by trying to make sure Vixen had a good Mother's Day. And then we were here, we had just got rid of the kids. We dropped them off at her dad's so we could have some time at the house while she got dinner ready. And she went in the kitchen, started to cook, and I was about to go in there and pick on her, while she's cooking. And then I get a call from my sister, and I was like, I can't ignore it. It's Mother's Day. I have to at least tell her. So I answer the phone, and she's like, "We're broke down on the interstate." I was like, "Fuck!"
I was like an emotional wreck, and like the bad part is, I'd had a lot of shit go wrong that day. And that was just the icing on the fucking cake, and I was fucking freaking the fuck out. And we tried
But
calling you a
hey,
couple of times.
but what happened 20, not 20 fucking minutes later?
My big brother come and picked us up. Like Greeny's on the phone, as soon as Nitro said he was coming, Greeny's like, I appreciate it, man. And Nitro's like, I'm not leaving you stranded on the side of the road with my pregnant fucking sister. It's not happening.
Not on Mother's Day. If it
Right?
was Father's Day, I'd be like, "Fuck you. Today's not about you. You can sit." No, I wouldn't have.
If it had been Father's Day, he'd been like, man, I really don't want to because it's Father's Day, but technically Greeny's a father, so I guess I should.
I'd be like, "Baby, you want to go get them? It's Father's Day." Oh
He's
shit.
been Greeny's been talking to my stomach almost all day, going, "It's Daddy's Day. You need to come out now."
Oh
I
shit.
told him, I said,
Hey,
"How fun would
Granny,
it be if
don't
my water
shoot this
did
one
break
in the
today?"
face.
Ow!
You need to tell baby to come
Ow!
out.
Ow! Get her off!
Hold it.
Get her off!
Hold it. You need to tell baby come.
Tell Granny not to shoot this one in the face.
Hey,
Baby.
hey. Nitro said, "Don't shoot this one in the face." He said, "You're funny."
And don't slit
Honey,
your own throat like a dick.
she's too heavy for you to do that on my legs.
Hold it. Tell baby hurry up. Come on.
Did you hear him? He said, "And don't slit your own throat like a dick."
Stop.
She wants to play too. You got the biggest one on my fucking
Man,
bone.
Hoodoo has been up my ass all day.
He's saying Happy Father's Day, Papa.
Man, he's been on me, and his breath smells so fucking bad because he keeps going down there with Jack and playing in the fucking creek where all that nasty ass shit water and funky ass animals is. and he comes home and his breath smells like a dead fucking rooster's asshole, and he wants to lick me in the face, and I'm like, no, dude.
Harley's breath is fucking rank, and she's all about the fucking face.
Every time.
She's really good about picking up on shit though. So like if I'm overly hormonal and I'm getting overwhelmed and shit and I'm starting to panic and Greenie's sitting there talking to me and not paying attention to the fact that I'm about to go into fucking blip out mode, Harley will yell at him.
Right?
Like he'll be sitting there trying to talk and talk and talk and I'm like hyperventilating and she's like, "Ow, ow, ow." He's like, "The
It's
fuck is
funny
your
because we're
problem?"
laying
And then
down
she'll
last
get in
night.
between
Well,
us to keep him away.
we were laying in bed. I said last night, I should say this morning because it was after 2 a.m. because it was like 12:30 and I was about to head to bed. And she goes, "Hey, come in here." And I get into the dining room and her and the kids are at the table with gift bags. And I'm like, "Are we doing this right now?" She goes, "It's after midnight. It's Father's Day, fucker. Sit down." And made me
Ow.
open all my gifts. So, well, then I'm sitting there and she's like, "Well, you didn't get to get Zoe's because I have to put it together." And I was like, "Huh?" So I had to go out into the game room and smoke a blunt and open up my new toys to give them time to put that together. And then they call me out, and then I have to go in the living room so they can move it to the game room without me seeing it. And then they call me out there, and I get out there, and I got this gorgeous black and red game chair with fucking armrest and cushions on the lumbar and a fucking cushy seat. And I'm like, because I left my GM chair at Nexus's house. And when I tried to message everyone to tell them, nobody responded
I never got a
because
message.
they just wanted to keep it.
What were we supposed to do? Teleport it to you?
No, but you can at least acknowledge that you know it's there.
I'm the first one that pointed it out, and everyone's like, "Oh, I thought he told you, or I thought he checked to make sure you got
Well, I
everything."
guess y'all can, hey, y'all can keep it now because I got this dope ass one.
Cat's like, Jade's like, "I'll keep it."
That can be the GM chair for whoever's running the game there at that day.
Hey, then you won't have to bring your game chair whenever you come down to run a game.
I looked at that. I said, I'm not taking this one there. Nope. I'm not leaving it. Nope.
Is it the kind
And
with the
it's
massager
big.
piece?
No, but it's fucking big. Think of like an office chair at a fucking like at an HR office
I
at a
told her multiple
company.
times, "Move,
Think
get off,
about
mommy."
that kind of desk chair.
I didn't even have to say it.
Matter of fact, Ryan George. Did you
No,
see the Ryan George video when his chair broke and he went on Amazon to find chairs?
Is that the video where Amazon's like, oh, other people bought this, you should totally buy that?
No, it's he's trying to find his chair breaks, so he's trying to shop for another one, and Amazon just keeps showing him the exact same fucking chair by different companies, and the name of the shit is like this one is called office chair, desk chair with lumbar support chair, and this chair, and this one's totally different. This one is the lumbar support chair, office desk chair with rolling in this chair. And it's just a bunch of random fucking search terms just put in different orders.
Ugh,
But it looks kind of like that chair.
what am?
But it's
But
like he's looking at the reviews, and then one of the reviews is like, I bought this product for my husband. He loves it. And he's like, I've seen that exact same review on like 12 other products. And then the next one is like, chair is garbage. It broke when I jumped on it.
why are you jumping on chairs?
The other one is like, Bad review. My uncle died in this chair. Has great back support though. But it's
Damn.
fun. You got to look it up.
That's
But
like
if you look at that, if you watch that video, my new chair looks a lot like that chair. It's not the same, but it looks a lot like it.
So, yeah. Oh my goodness. You know what we need to do as a little funny dedication to Ryan George?
What?
We need to do a pitch meeting for an upcoming game.
No. If we're doing it like Ryan George does, we have to do a pitch meeting for a game we've already done.
Do a pitch meeting for Fantasy High.
Oh my God. Can you write the script?
So, you've got a campaign idea for me?
Yes, sir, I do. We're doing this. Who would like to see us do a Ryan George style pitch meeting for Fantasy High? It'll be an edited video. It won't be alive.
Right. Get in the comments. Would you like to see that, Greenie? A Ryan George style pitch meeting for Fantasy High? I've shown you
We'll
pitch
stick
meetings.
with
You know what that
freshman
is.
year. We'll stick for freshman year, and if it takes off and it gets a lot of views and a decent amount of likes, then we'll do sophomore year.
Ma'am, my whole stomach just looked like an alien was trying to burst, like a chest burster was trying to pop out my belly.
well, I just did talk to her.
The only thing is, we're also going to have to record a disclaimer to put either at the beginning or the end to give full credit of the idea to Ryan George.
Right. No, okay. You've seen like Alien and shit like that where the shit moves just under the skin and it looks all weird.
Hmm.
That's what the fuck my stomach just did, and it looked like it was fixing to turn into the chest burster scene from fucking Aliens.
I've seen that shit happen. It's so goddamn creepy. I've seen faces press out of pregnant stomachs. Ah!
Oh, when you did that, your belly turned into an egg right here.
Like, no, I've seen this shit before. I saw this in A Nightmare on Elm Street
She's
2,
like,
Freddy's
yeah,
Revenge. That's what happened to Jesse.
It's pop out, baby.
no, no. Okay, so you know how when you laugh, your stomach goes in?
No, yours pops out.
Shut up. You know how when you laugh, your stomach goes in?
Okay.
Every part of my stomach, except for her fucking diagonal body, has gone in. So it's turning into a fucking log.
Like, damn, baby. She's big.
Hold on. Hold on. All right, so this is my belly, right?
Okay.
Is he laughing? She's a big baby.
I told you it looks like a chest burster.
Oh, all
Shit.
right.
Oh.
Unless we have anything else, I think we might go ahead and call it.
What's funny about it?
Oh. Oh shit, that was fucking. I'm sorry, that really.
Anything else you guys want to touch on before we sign off?
What are we going to talk about in our next episode?
Hopefully, I was kind of hoping next episode could be session 0 for a Walking Dead scenario.
What do you think?
We do character creation and shit.
Greeny's nodding his head. He's just ready for Walking Dead. I'm ready for
Yeah,
Cult.
we can do character. I can't do cult until I have some physical book.
I know.
Physical what?
Book.
Because it's extremely hard scrolling through that fucking PDF reader trying to reference shit quickly.
Yeah, that's the struggle I have with all of the books I have because they're all
Whereas
PDF.
if I have the physical book, I can do like I did with Cyberpunk and put the fucking tags into places to mark where shit is. That way I can quickly flip to it when I need it.
Right.
But hopefully, yeah, next episode, as long as everyone's doing good, should be at least character creation, if not a full on session zero for The Walking Dead. I will present you guys with two scenarios, and I will let you choose which one we do.
Okay, okay.
So I have the scenarios here, but I don't know shit about them yet. So I'm gonna take read through the synopsis of them to figure out exactly what they're about, and then that way when I tell you what it is, I can be like, this is the scenario, this is the breakdown of the plot, this is this one, and then you can better choose which one sounds more fun.
All right, I got you.
But as of right now, I only have two pre-written scenarios for it. So if we do anything beyond that before more shit is either released or I get it, then we'll end up having to use. You remember how I downloaded them scenarios for that weird ass fucking game that I didn't plan on learning? I was going to convert to Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
If need be, I'll just convert them over to this.
Okay.
So at most, all worst case, we'll have at least four scenarios we can do. But if they release some shit and I can get some more before we run out, then we just got two that are actually official.
All right.
So, you guys in the chat, you down for that? Walking Dead character creation next episode?
Who all's in the chat? It says we got 3 people, but I've only seen one commenting.
Yeah, all I see is the real one. JPC is like our number one homeboy.
He really is. Now it says we're down to 2.
Hmm.
JBC said that's cool.
See? Yeah, bet. Bet. All right. So, until next week, whoop, 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 whoop.